I've been on a mission to find the perfect flieger. And if you've been following the channel, you know I started off with the 40mm Stowa flieger. I ended up selling that one. Then I got the 39mm Laco original. I'll link that video at the end of this one. Anyways, I sold it and now I think I've found it. Yes, it is Laco again, but this time it's the professional series. It has thousands of different customizations you can do, like switching the crown position from 3 to 9 o'clock. You can also pick the grade of the movement, decoration, display case backs, and you can even engrave the rotor and the case. So you're getting a made-to-order, almost boutique-like experience. Introducing the all-new Laco Stuttgart Professional Flieger. And right off the bat, this thing is beautiful. It maintains that timeless pilot watch aesthetic, but it adds a touch of modernity with that all-new lug design. I love that understated look, but I would recommend making a luxury version that has some high polished bevels just to dress it up a notch, and maybe that will attract more watch enthusiasts towards the legendary Fliegers. Overall, the case has satiny smooth brushing and that historic FL2388 engraving on the side of the case. It's got a sharp, grippy, diamond-shaped crown. This crown is a screw-down crown and it does have a clutch system, which is very important if you don't pick the automatic and go with the manual wind. The crown comes in at a large 7mm and helps give the Laco Pro 200 meters of water resistance. That is a lot, and that's peace of mind. Maybe in the future there will be an option for a non-screw-down crown for the manual wind version. So one thing that attracts me to the Flieger watch is legibility. That's the name of the game. When you buy a pilot's watch, you need the time instantly. No fuss, no muss, and that matte black dial helps tremendously with legibility because it contrasts so well with the printed Arabics and printed hash marks. The Arabics are sharp and crispy, clean application, everything is spot on, and the cherry on top is those thermally blued hands. They're absolutely beautiful. I do wish, however, they did finish the rough edges, but you can only see those edges under extreme macro like in this video. You can order the dial without the Laco name and made in Germany, but I'm a big fan of Laco. They've been around since 1925 and they have genuine German Army Flieger history, so it ups the cool factor for a watch enthusiast. Now let's do those measurements. I got 37mm in diameter. Secret measurement, 31mm. The thickness, or should I say thinness, comes in at 10.95, and we got no drilled lugs and a lug-to-lug of 44.5. Man, this size is amazing for my 6.5-inch wrist. You guys be the judge on the faraway shots and let me know what you think. The watch sits very flat on the wrist, it's extremely comfortable, and on the bracelet it's only 101 grams. So not too light, not too heavy. We're in the Goldilocks zone here. And even though this is a 37mm, don't get turned off. They do have a 40mm and you can even get it in 43mm. I asked Laco to send me a 40mm version so we can do a little bit of comparison. This 40mm version has anti-reflective coating on the underside of that sapphire. Mine has anti-reflective coating on the top and bottom. I'm gonna try to show you guys the difference by flashing them both on the studio lights side by side. This is the first time I've had AR coating on the top, and it's a little bit of a game changer for double domes, because even when you have it on the bottom, like the Hamilton Murph, the new 38, there's still a ton of reflections. And having lived with it for a little bit, now I understand why Omega and Longines and I think even Breitling put AR coating on both sides. It gives the watch an elevated premium look because it's just so extremely clear. Of course, the big disadvantage is the coating may scratch. So far, mine's held up great, but I am very careful with my watches. I'm always aware, I'm always thinking about it when I'm going through doors, so your mileage may vary. But even as careful as I am, I think I banged it like 2 to 3 times already. And so far so good. So there was an option that I was very tempted to get. It is the dark sandblasted finish. However, I also wanted it on a bracelet, and the bracelet doesn't have a dark sandblast option. The bracelet has decent finishing. It's 18 millimeters, tapering down to 16, and it has a butterfly clasp. Unfortunately, no micro adjusts, but the links are small enough that I did manage to get a perfect fit. Hopefully they do make a standard clasp option with some kind of on-the-fly quick adjustment for the future. I also got a strap. You can get it with faux rivets. I opted not to. They are handmade in Germany. They feel excellent. They're pretty thick, but not too thick. And let me just say, the strap on the loaner, the 40 millimeter, feels way nicer than my strap. I think because it's well worn and broken in, but that's a sign that this thing will break in nicely and improve over time. Now, if you don't do any upgrades and just buy the Pro by itself, you're going to be at 1,020 USD. So basically $1,000 for a 200 meter made in Germany, sapphire crystal, and a Swiss movement. You know what? That's pretty good. So you may be asking, what did mine cost? With all the upgrades, 1,560 USD on the bracelet. So that price is definitely getting up there, but I went with all the bells and whistles. I just love having a top grade movement. And of course, you don't have to do the upgrades. You can stay at the $1,000 mark and be happy. And for those of you who are wondering, when I was filming, I did not see any red flags. It was pretty clean in there. Now let's see that lume. We got a powerful glow. Everything is loomed. Look at that elegant, long, lean seconds hand. Very nice. And because it's Swiss Superluminova C3, it's going to last a very long time. I would like to see adding a BGW9 option, because I know some people are not a fan of that green tint that C3 Lume has during the day. So that would be a great addition to the customization of the Pro series, and maybe even add a faux patina option as well. The Laco 200 is based on the SW200, and for $150 more, you can upgrade to top grade. Now, what are you getting with the top grade? First, the balance wheel is something called glycodur. I think I'm saying it wrong, but it's basically beryllium bronze. It is stronger and more resistant to temperature. It won't deform in hot or cold, so you'll get more consistent timekeeping. The hairspring is also Niverox 1 instead of Niverox 2, so it's a higher grade, and it uses real rubies instead of man-made synthetic ones. And last but not least, it's regulated in 5 positions, 0 to 8 seconds a day, instead of 3 positions on the base model, 0 to 14 seconds a day. Now let's look at the rate. We got 4, 6, 5 in the 4th and final round, plus 5. Now the movement is a 28.8 VPH medium beat, hack hand wind automatic, 25 joules with 38 hours of power reserve. And as you can see, 12 down, the beat error remains perfect. Little bit of drop in amplitude, and we got +1 in the 4th and final round, +1. For me, my on the wrist performance is about 3 seconds a day. Very nice. Us watch enthusiasts are so picky. We find the tiniest, most minuscule, unbelievably picky detail to not buy a watch. The date window is white. If it was black, I would have bought it. Well, with this watch, you can pick a black date window, or white, or no date like I did. So Laco is giving you basically all the reasons to buy, taking away all your excuses. And I think they finally made the perfect flieger, everyday professional tool watch. But I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. And if you liked this video, then you will love the 2 I have for you on the right of your screen right now. And I'll see you in the next one.